Welcome to the next tutorial on electric power system. The problems we are going to discuss on sequence networks. Let us see the problem. So determine the positive, negative and zero sequence network for the system shown in the figure. So a single line diagram of a power system is shown in the diagram and you have to obtain the positive sequence, negative sequence and zero sequence network of the corresponding single line diagram. And assuming that the zero sequence reactance for the generator and the synchronous motors are 0.06 per unit, current limiting reactors of 2.5 ohms are connected in the neutral of the generator and motor number 2. So we can see that in the generator and motor number 2 there is a neutral reactance connected and its actual value is 2.5 ohms. The zero sequence reactance of the transmission line is J300 ohms. So here in the transmission line the positive sequence reactance is shown, which is equal to the negative sequence reactance. So J100 ohm is basically the positive as well as negative sequence reactance, and the zero sequence reactance is given to be J300 ohms. Now for this single line diagram, very basic single line diagram, we have to obtain the positive, negative and zero sequence network. So we can see that we have a generator, then we have transformer T1, and then we have a transmission line, transformer T2, and there are two motors M1 and M2 which are connected in parallel. The rating of the generator is 25 MVA, 11 kilovolt with a base reactance of 10%. The transformer is delta star grounded system and it is a 30 MVA, 10%, 10.2 by 121 kV transformer. That is, this transformer is basically a step up transformer. On the other hand, this 12.1. So on the other hand, the transformer T2 is basically 30 MVA, 10%, 12.1 by 10.8 kV transformer. And between the transformer T1 and T2, a transmission line is connected. And we have two motors. One motor is of 15 MVA, another motor is of 7.5 MVA. So the voltage ratings are 10 kV, 10 kV in both the motors, and 25% is the base reactance of the per unit reactance of the motor. Now we have to obtain the positive, negative and zero sequence networks. So let us start the solution. So first you choose the generator rating as a new base value for the entire system. So all the components has been connected to form the single line diagram, and each component has its own per unit value that is defined on its own base. So for the entire system you have to choose the generator rating as the base values. Then for the entire system we will see. So the MVA base will be 25 MVA for the entire power system network, and the voltage base will be 11 kV for the network. So wherever there is a transformer, the voltage will change. However, for the present system, the entire system, we will choose this power and voltage as the base power and voltage. Now let us start with generator. So generator rating and the new base values are same because you have been taken the generator rating as the base values, so it will not change. In that case, the positive and negative sequence reactance will be same for the generator. So positive sequence reactance of the generator is given to be 10%, which is equal to 0.1 per unit, and negative sequence reactance, which is equal to the positive sequence reactance, will be equal to 0.1 per unit. Zero sequence reactance has been given in the problem is at 0.06 per unit. And then there is a neutral reactance whose per unit value has to be calculated. For that we require the base impedance of the network, which depends upon the voltage and the power base. So 11 kV square divided by 25 MVA, so it will give you 4.84 ohms as the base impedance. Then the per unit value of the neutral reactance will be actual value by base value. Now make a special note here. This is a reactance on the numerator, but on the denominator you have impedance. So wherever you are trying to find the per unit value of resistance or reactance, the base value will always be the impedance. So in this case 2.5 divided by 4.84, because 2.5 ohms is the actual value of the reactance that is connected to the star connected of the grounded. So it is equal to 0.517 per unit. So we have obtained the positive sequence, negative sequence and zero sequence reactance as well as for the neutral reactance. Now we'll go for transformer T1. So with the use of transformer T1, the X per unit reactance for the new value is equal to X per unit old into kV base old by new whole square into MVA new by MVA old. This is the important formula that we always use to find the new per unit reactance whenever there is a transformer. So put the old value as 0.1 and we have used the 25 MVA as the new base for the entire power system and 30 MVA is the base for the transformer T1. Here 10.8 kV is basically the old system, whereas the new system will be taking 11 kV as the base voltage. So here we are getting 0.08 per unit. In transformer, the specified reactance is always the positive sequence reactance. So we assume that positive, negative and zero sequence reactance of the transformers are equal. Therefore, whatever we have calculated 0.08, that will be equal to the positive and negative sequence reactance. Whereas the zero sequence reactance is also equal to the positive sequence reactance and negative sequence reactance. So in this way we can calculate the sequence reactance of transformer T1. Now we'll move to transmission line. So transmission line specified reactance is the positive sequence reactance, and since the transmission line is basically connected between two transformers, so if you go from the left to right, here the voltage is changing from the old base to the new base. So kilovolt base new on the high tension side of the transformer is basically, so this is low tension side, is basically high tension side into high tension voltage rating by low tension voltage rating. So we will put the adequate unit of the ratings that has been given on the transformer to find the new base voltage of the transmission line side. So this side, what is the base voltage we are going to calculate. Then after obtaining this base voltage, we have to obtain the base impedance using the formula for voltage square divided by power. So power is in MVA. So putting that values and substituting, we are getting a base impedance of 506.27 ohms. Now we have to obtain the reactance per unit. So actual value by base value. We remember that 100 ohms was the actual value of the reactance, that is the positive sequence reactance, and divided by the base value, which is the base impedance. So we are getting 0.198. So both the positive sequence and negative sequence will be equal in case of a transmission line, which will be equal to 0.198, and the zero sequence reactance was given, actual value was 300, whereas the positive sequence reactance is 100. So we have to divide this with the base value of the impedance, so which is equal to 506.27. that will give you the zero sequence reactance of the transmission line as 0.593. So we have obtained the positive sequence, negative sequence and zero sequence reactance of the transmission line. Now we will obtain for the transformer T2. So the rating and winding connection of transformer T1 and T2 are identical. Sequence reactance of T1 and T2 will be the same then. So the positive sequence reactance is 0.08, we have already seen before, and the negative sequence reactance is always equal to the positive sequence reactance. Then zero sequence reactance is also equal. So in this way the transformer T1 and transformer T1 values will be equal. Now we will obtain for the synchronous motor M1. We have seen that two motors M1 and M2 were connected in parallel and there was a transformer this side. So we'll calculate for transformer synchronous motor M1. So the reactance that is specified on the single line diagram is basically the positive sequence reactance, and due to the presence of a transformer, we have to change the voltage base on the low tension side of a transformer. So here you have a transformer and here you have two motors which are connected in parallel. So we will obtaining the base voltage of this side of the transformer, which is the low tension side. So that is equal to the base voltage on the high tension side divided by the ratios of low tension voltage rating by high tension voltage rating. That gives you a value of 11 kilovolt. Then you have to obtain the new per unit reactance using the standard formula, which will give you 0.344 per unit. And since it is a synchronous motor, the positive sequence and the negative sequence reactance will be equal, which is equal to 0.344 per unit, and only the zero sequence reactance we have to calculate, because we have been given that 0.06 per unit is the zero sequence reactance actual value, and then it has to be converted into the per unit value depending upon the new base and new power. So it is equal to 0.083 per unit. So we have seen how to obtain the sequence reactance of motor M1. Now similarly we will be calculating the reactance for motor M2. So per unit values formula we are going to use, and the depending upon the motor M2 rating, that is 0.25 for the old base, and the new base of 25 MVA and 11 kV we are going to calculate. So we are going to get 0.689 per unit, and hence the positive sequence and negative sequence reactance of motor M2 will be equal to 0.689, whereas the zero sequence reactance will depending upon the actual value, which is 0.006, and for the new power and new voltage we are going to get 0.165 per unit. Since the motor M2 we have a reactance which is connected in with the ground, we have to obtain the per unit of this reactance. We need the base value. So base value is base voltage square divided by the base power, which is equal to 4.84. So the actual value you divide it with the base value, you'll get a 0.517 per unit. So we have obtained the positive sequence, negative sequence, zero sequence reactance of synchronous motor 2 as well as the neutral reactance. Now we can easily draw the positive sequence, negative sequence and zero sequence network simply by connecting the impedance that we have obtained. So first we'll see the positive sequence network. So this positive sequence network, this one is for the generator. So generator, there is an EMF source which is connected in series with the positive sequence network of the generator. Then we have the transformer T1. So transformer T1, we know that the positive, negative and zero sequence network will be equal, and its value is 0.08. Then we have a transmission line whose positive and negative sequence are equal, but the zero sequence network is not equal. So here we are getting a value of J 0.198. Then we have transformer T2, which is equivalent to transformer T1. And then we have two motors. So motor M2 and motor M1. So we have calculated for the motor M2 and M1 the value of the per unit reactance of the reactance that is connected with the ground. So substituting that values, we can easily obtain the positive sequence network. Similarly, in the negative sequence network, we will not have the source of EMF that is there on the generator side, and we will not have on the motor side the source of the EMF. Otherwise, the obtained values that we have obtained for the generator, transformer and transmission lines, we will substitute to obtain the negative sequence network. Then finally, we have to properly look the zero sequence network whether ground is involved or not. Hence, now we have seen that the value of the zero sequence network for the generator is x0 plus 3 times xn. So 3xn we have calculated, and this is the value of x0. Here also in the motor side we have x0 plus 3xn, but this is for motor M2. In motor M1, since the neutral is not grounded, we have an open circuit, and in transformer T1, since there is a ground is not involved, so there is an open circuit. So open circuit here and open circuit here. Otherwise, this is for the transmission line zero sequence network. This is for the transformer T2, and this is for transformer T1, which will be grounded on the this side, and this side will be open because it is not grounded system. This is depending upon the connection, whether it is a star grounded or delta connection network. Here it will be open because in M1 there is no ground involved, so it is only x0 value we have. So in this way we have obtained the positive sequence, negative sequence and zero sequence network for a single line diagram power system. And we have to note that generally the positive sequence and negative sequence reactances are equal, and the zero sequence network depend upon whether the ground is involved or not. So we have to properly check whether it is a star connected network or delta connected network. then only we have to draw the zero sequence network. So special care has to be given only in the zero sequence network. And this sequence network will be helpful to obtain the fault. Generally the unbalanced fault, we will be required to calculate the fault current. There this sequence network will be very useful. Thank you for now.